Happening now, what a new poll says about Governor Cuomo's approval rating, plus new quarantine changes for those immunized with the COVID-19 vaccine.
Oh, that sun is out there early this afternoon, but some rain showers are going to be coming along with the warmth. We'll talk about it all and next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Those fully immunized with the COVID-19 vaccine are now exempt from quarantine if they come in contact with a positive case or travel out of state. That's according to the Chautauqua County Department of Health, who updated its guidance yesterday. Moving forward, residents who encounter a positive COVID-19 case or travel out of state will no longer be required to quarantine as long as they are not showing symptoms of the virus. The person would need to be fully vaccinated for 2 weeks prior. However, there are some exceptions to the policy. For example, if the fully vaccinated healthcare worker who is exposed to COVID-19 should quarantine. The reason, County epidemiologist Brianna Agate says, is because there are still unknowns about the vaccine's effectiveness.
Like we see with the flu vaccine, you may still get the flu if you've had the vaccine, but we know that it can decrease the severity of illness, it can reduce hospitalizations, reduce deaths, and reduce community transmissions.
Agate says those vaccinated still need to wear their mask and follow other mitigation measures. The new policy follows updated guidance from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Well, COVID-19 recoveries continue to outpace new cases of the virus here in Chautauqua County. That's according to the updated data posted on the County Health Department's COVID-19 dashboard. Health officials reported 8 new cases of the virus and 20 new recoveries today. The department also reported an additional COVID-19 death. Well, this week, the U.S. marked a grim milestone with more than 500,000 lives lost to the virus. As health experts project that new variant may fuel a spring surge, the federal government saying it's doing what it can with talk of mailing masks to help limit the spread and working to pass a COVID-19 relief bill. As Britt Conway reports, medical experts say what happens next is truly up to us.
I wake up every day to get through the day. Everything is just, I have to get through this day. Don't worry about the next one. I blame myself. David blames himself. The doctor blamed himself.
Gigi Morse died from COVID-19. She was 6 years old, one of the more than 500,000 lives lost since the pandemic began. Still, experts like Dr. Anthony Fauci are cautiously optimistic.
The infections per day are going down.
But there are fears of another surge. A new report from the Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy warns a more contagious variant could spike cases beginning in March. And the report suggests speeding up the vaccinations by skipping second doses for now. It's also crucial to practice safety measures we know work, like social distancing and wearing masks. President Joe Biden says the government will probably start sending out masks in the mail.
We can't pull back on that and get complacent.
Complacency is what Houston Dr. Joseph Veron worries about, too.
This is COVID. This is what COVID looks inside the lung.
He's worked every day for almost a year now.
I'm exhausted, I'm tired. It's day in and day out.
In the meantime, lawmakers are trying to come to some kind of agreement on a COVID-19 relief bill, with news from the House Majority Leader that they plan to vote on the $1.9 trillion plan Friday. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. Once the House votes on that COVID relief bill, it'll move to the Senate, but with some pushback from Republicans. It'll take a yes vote from every Democrat in the Senate for the bill to pass. Well, a new poll gauging New Yorkers' opinion of Governor Andrew Cuomo found 19% of people think he broke the law. The survey, conducted by Marist, gave the governor a 48% approval rating among registered voters. That's after a transcript was released showing Secretary to the governor, Melissa DeRosas, admitting that the governor's administration withheld nursing home information from lawmakers after being contacted by the Department of Justice. Now, according to pollsters, only 36% of voters believe Cuomo deserves to be reelected next year. That down 3 points from 3 years ago, just before he was reelected. The poll also found that 43% of Democrats would prefer electing someone else. The data was released a day after a bill calling to remove Cuomo's emergency powers failed along party lines in Albany. Both the state Senate and Assembly Republicans introduced the hostile amendment calling for the removal of those powers. However, that measure failed to get enough votes to move forward. Chautauqua County's Clerk is warning residents about an increase in DMV scams. Clerk Larry Barmore tells us a website, dmv.org, is offering an insurance discount course that is misrepresented as a learner's permit course. The class costs $60, and after completing it, a student would get an official-looking certificate. Barmore says this is a scam and the course is not recognized by the state. Furthermore, the website offers an over-the-phone vision test for $49. Some residents are also getting text messages claiming their driver's license will be suspended unless they answer questions on an attached link. All of these instances, Barmore says, come from that dmv.org site, which is a mock-up similar to the state's official site. He advises residents to check their websites before doing business. The official New York State website can be reached at dmv.ny.gov. Certainly helpful information there. We thank you for joining us for WNY News Now as we make our way through the last week of February, and it definitely is not feeling like it out there. We'll get a first check of our forecast in just seconds, but first want to say hello to Sandy. Good to see Christine. Great to see Butch, Tim. Good to see Joanna, Lynette, David, and Amber as well. Let us know what you guys are up to today in the comments down below. Well, now let's check in with Mr. Hunter with a first look at our weather. And Dakota, it's looking and feeling more like spring.
Yes, it is. It is absolutely beautiful out there early this afternoon. We've got lots of sunshine and temperatures well above average. This is a live look over Findlay Lake, and this is what winter should look like with snow on the ground and mostly sunny skies. That's a great shot there. 41 in Findlay Lake. Actually, temperatures have already surpassed the mid to upper 40s in some areas. We're at 49 as of noon hour right now at the airport, so we're close to that 50-degree mark. Satellite and radar composite shows you just a few of these light clouds that are basically socked in across the southern tier. We call that basically mostly sunny. When you see those gray clouds, that basically means they're thin, high-level clouds. But there's a cold front back here that's going to be moving through later tonight. That front is actually going to produce some snow showers for us later in the day. 9 inches of snow at the airport right now. We at 53.8 inches for the season. That's obviously still way below average right now. 36 was the high yesterday. We started the day at 27, 66, and 24 below zero are those record highs and lows. So through the afternoon today, early sunshine, clouds are going to thicken up later in the afternoon. And then by the time we get into the afternoon, some rain showers are going to develop, very mild, and it turns windy as well. 40 in the deepest valleys to 53 at the Lake Erie shoreline. These numbers may actually be a little bit conservative with a south wind 15 to 30 with some wind gusts near 45 miles per hour. Well, time out the snow. Plus, is the warmth going to stick around? We'll talk about it in full detail with that 42 degrees and sunny 7-day forecast later in the show. Justin?
All right, Dakota, we'll be looking forward to it. Hopefully it stays sunny for us. Thank you. Well, New York State legislators and child care advocates throughout the state are calling for Governor Andrew Cuomo to effectively and expeditiously release nearly $470 million in federal child care funding. Officials spoke during a virtual event yesterday saying the funding was received after the passage of the Consolidated Appropriations Act on December 24th. Well, it's months later now. They explained that 25% of child care programs and 70% of centers for school-aged children have closed during that time, and many more are currently facing financial strain as a result of the pandemic. State Senator George Borrello was among those speaking at the event. He says that child care access is vital to the state's economic rebound.
We have so many folks that don't have access to childcare, regardless of their income level, just do not have access. And we cannot get people back to work. We cannot get our economy back and moving again without a consistent childcare program for everyone.
New York State is now required to submit the official plan for its CCA child care funding to the federal government by tomorrow. Well, President Joe Biden and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau met virtually yesterday to discuss the nation's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. In-person visits from foreign leaders are still off limits at the White House due to COVID concerns, and the opening remarks and a virtual photo op of the two men were seen flanking by members of their cabinet. They spoke primarily about climate change and the economy, but officials, as expected, headlined the COVID-19 conversation.
For both our nations, getting COVID under control at home and around the world is an immediate priority. And we're committed to work together to help prevent future biological threats by strengthening the World Health Organization, supporting our bold targets under the Global Health Security Agenda, cooperating in a global partnership against the spread of weapons of mass destruction, and engaging in other multilateral institutions to promote transparency, build capacity, and strengthen global norms.
It was the first virtual meeting convened at the White House. Next here, a lot more to tell you about the latest changes to high school sports, allowing some indoor spectators now. And later, we show you incredible photos out of Warren County, Pennsylvania, of a once-in-a-lifetime Cardinal sighting. Stay with us as WNY News Now rolls along on this very sunny Wednesday.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Honest John's has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Remember when you were a kid, huddled around the television waiting for your school to close? Well, we don't get snow days. When winter weather hits, count on the First Defense Weather Team for a look into the future where the snow is headed next. Live radar showing you the scope of the storm. And real-time reports from the field. So when it matters most, stay with First Defense Weather.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back. Starting today, high school athletes in Western New York are allowed to bring 2 people to attend home games for the remainder of the winter season. That's the word from Section 6 Executive Director Mark DeFilippo, who issued a statement announcing the news yesterday. He says this will be for games held on school property. Individual schools still have the ability to adjust their policy if they don't have room to safely host the spectators. Now, sports that take place at private institutions, like hockey, for example, will continue to make the parameters for those spectators. For instance, most hockey arenas now only allow one spectator per athlete. Well, a Cattaraugus County woman has pled guilty to distribution of child pornography. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Buffalo says 46-year-old Madeline Thompson entered the plea yesterday. Thompson allegedly took sexually explicit photographs of a child for several years starting in 2017. She also allegedly impersonated the minor, engaging in sexual conversations with two underage males and an adult online. Now, during those exchanges, prosecutors say she sent and received other images on social media. Sentencing is scheduled for June. The charge carries a mandatory minimum penalty of 5 years behind bars and a maximum of 20 and a $250,000 fine. Well, Tiger Woods is awake and responsive today following emergency surgery last night. The legendary golfer was involved in a terrifying single vehicle accident that saw his car flip, trapping him inside. Emergency crews had to cut the golf star out of his vehicle. Camila Burnell is in California, where Woods is recovering.
Golf legend Tiger Woods awake, responsive, and recovering after surgery on his right leg, which required a rod, screws, and pins to stabilize it. But many say the five-time Master Tournament champion is lucky to even be alive.
I've seen many accidents throughout my career. I know Deputy Gonzalez has seen as well. That he's alive and well is good. It's nothing short of a miracle considering the damage.
Woods was traveling down a steep, winding road near Los Angeles when his SUV crossed the median and flipped over, landing in the bush on the other side of the road. The sheriff said there were no skid marks and no evidence of impairment.
It indicates they were going at a relatively greater speed than normal. However, because it is downhill, it slopes, and it curves, that area has a high frequency of accidents. Is not uncommon.
Authorities say Woods was conscious and still in his seatbelt, even trying to pull himself out of the car.
They helped pry the seat to the metal from around his legs. They also used an axe to break out the windshield.
Woods was in town hosting a golf tournament and filming a show teaching celebrities to golf for Golf Digest and Golf TV. In Torrance, California, I'm Camila Burnell.
Camila, thank you. Medical experts say Woods is likely to face a long road to recovery over the next days, weeks, and months. Well, grab some guacamole or maybe some salsa because today is National Tortilla Chip Day. Millions of people across the country love tortillas, so it's a great excuse to open up a bag. Tortilla chips are usually made from corn tortillas cut into wedges and then fried. They were originally known in Mexico as Tostos, but were first mass-produced in Los Angeles in the 1940s. Of course, you can also use tortilla chips to make nachos, usually served with melted cheese and other toppings like meat, salsa, and olives. Check out hashtag National Tortilla Chip Day on social media to join in the fun. Looks delicious. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. Well, let's now get to our full First Defense weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. And before we do, Dakota, I want to share this image. And unfortunately, it's not as impressive as it was a few moments ago, but this is a live shot coming from Lakewood, technically Lakewood, Town of Ellicott border, looking off Wegmans is on the left side of the screen.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever. Technically, this is legally Lakewood, but you're looking into Ellicott. And you see the car wash, which is one of my family's favorite to go to there, the laser wash. And it looks like a lot of people are getting their car cleaned this lunch hour. Earlier, the line was extended into the road a little bit. So I imagine that's one of the more popular things that you can do today.
Yeah, I mean, if your car needs a wash, yeah, go ahead and do it, because we've got a lot of sunshine out there and those warmer temperatures. Let's go in there and take a look at it. And on Links 1, you will see the temperatures over the next 5 days here. Now, our forecast high actually was 47, but we bumped it up to actually 51. And we did that because we're already at 49 as of noon hour at the Jamestown airport. We're going to be at 32 tomorrow with a cold front, 36 Friday, but then we're back into the 40s for the weekend. And the problem that's starting to become is, yeah, it's pothole season. It's coming up here, so your car is not really going to like this very much. So ultimately what happens here is, this is how potholes begin, is what happens is the warmer temperatures by day and the colder temperatures by night actually start the pothole process on the area roadway. So what ends up happening here is when the water seeps down from the snow and ice melt, the water seeps down into the pavement, and then at night when it actually starts to freeze underneath the pavement, it causes the road to expand and then ultimately crumble. So that's ultimately how we get some of the potholes across the area. So yeah, your car is going to be doing this pretty soon over the area roadways, because the winter is very rough on the roads here. There it is, 49 as a noon hour at the Jamestown airport. South wind of 12. We have a wind gust of 22 and lots of sunshine being reported at the airport as well. The wind chill only a measly 44. I mean, that's pretty easy to take when you consider the temperatures we've had. Wind advisory in place for Chautauqua County until 10 o'clock tonight, and this is for winds 20 to 30 miles an hour with some wind gusts near 50 miles an hour. The strongest winds will be right near the Lake Erie shoreline, as often is the case. You guys get the strongest amounts of winds there. An area showing up on the radar right now, but as we zoom it out and put the satellite imagery on, you'll see our cold front right there. I put the wind arrows on here so you can see the direction of the wind. So where you see the shift in the wind direction, that's the front, and the front is going to be producing some rain showers this afternoon and some snow showers. Future Scan paints that idea very well for you. Notice the blobs of green showing up on the map here. That's the rain showers that's going to come through later this afternoon. It's not going to be widespread. It's going to be scattered rain showers. Then as the front moves through, notice the wind direction shifting more west. And there you go with the colder air. It's actually going to set up some pockets of light lake effect snow coming off Lake Erie, and also some added moisture input from Lake Huron in the upper Great Lakes. The snowflakes will likely continue tomorrow morning in patches. Then we should actually dry out for much of the day on Thursday. Then as we head into Thursday night, we'll see another round of snow showers likely heading our way. So temperatures today, this is likely where we're going to end the day in the inland areas. Likely lower 50s for some spots. The cooler the spots, especially the valleys, will likely stay in the 40s all day. But wow, what a day. I mean, I just have no other words than that. Next 7 right now on the screen, 32 tomorrow, just that chance for that morning flurry. Otherwise, we should stay mainly dry. Friday, a nice day, 36. We'll have another storm system heading our way on Saturday. A chance for a rain and wintry mix. Say goodbye to say goodbye to February on Sunday, 45, and we ring in March, 39 degrees, a little bit wet and maybe a few snowflakes, and then we're cooler again by the time we head into Tuesday, Justin, with temperatures back into the lower 30s.
All right, Dakota, enjoy it while it's here. Thank you. As you probably noticed, Dakota stole my thunder for the next story with
the problem is they don't ever tell me where these stories are going to be. So I thought that was going to be the lead-in story to full weather. So that's why I put that picture behind the 7-day.
Nope, it's after weather.
Well, I'm sorry.
We're going to tell you about this beautiful bird coming up next. It's incredible sights from super close to home. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny, smokin' deals on smoking accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself.
Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily live streams or staying up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind: to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the Southern Tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. A longtime bird photographer in Pennsylvania captured images of what he calls a once-in-a-lifetime bird sighting, a rare cardinal appearing to be half male and half female. In a post on Facebook, James Hill shared these images of the cardinal spotted over the weekend in Grand Valley, Pennsylvania. Hill calls it a once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-million encounter, describing the bird as divided right down the middle, half male and half female. Now, typically male cardinals have bright red plumage, while females are buffy and brownish. He first heard about the bird from a friend of a homeowner where it was spotted. Well, once he got the homeowner's permission, he went to work, snapping photos that later have gone viral online. Wow, certainly looks incredible. You never see anything really like it, and his photography is absolutely excellent. I wonder if some of this good media attention is going to boost his site, because it really is amazing. It looks like something you'd see in National Geographic.
Mm-hmm. Or what was the book, not the book, but the magazine for kids that was sort of like National Geographic?
Nat Geo Kids?
No, wasn't it Zook?
Zook? I think they have a kid version
Something
of
like
that too.
I don't know. Us 90 babies will know it, but I can't for the life of me think of the name. It was something like Zook or something like that. It was basically like pictures of, I think, animals for kids. It was like a kids magazine full of animals. But, you know, I think I seen somewhere where his pictures were posted on the New York Times.
Yeah. This story is everywhere today, coast to coast. And it's great to see, and amazing to think about that bird right here in our own backyard, just miles away in Warren County, Pennsylvania. And it's I think something for people to kind of unplug and read about something else for a little bit. And nevertheless, a natural phenomenon that I don't think we'll see too much. You don't see this bird, and it's incredible. I think I might set it as my desktop background. Seriously, I love it.
Well, you see, I can't do that on my computer because I have a Mac, and for those of you who have Macs, you know that for the last couple of years, Apple's had a dark mode option where it turns the whole system UI dark. In Mac OS, it turns it black. Instead of being instead of being black on white, everything is white on black. So it's got that nice dark interface. But unfortunately, when you put a light image
doesn't work that well
on there with dark mode, it just doesn't look very well.
You can
so it
disable
has to be dark.
It, right? I mean, Dakota likes the dark. When no one else is in here, he turns off all the lights and he enjoys it.
Well, you see, I mentioned this years ago, back when we had our old studio. I mentioned that I was the only one that worked in the studio in the morning.
Yeah.
So I turned the lights off because my
not?
office is in here.
Yeah.
So it's like in the morning, nobody else is in here. Everybody else is in the newsroom. So I'm the only one that works in here, which we did that before, COVID.
Right.
So it's like I'm the only one that works in here. I don't like the lights on, so I shut the lights off.
But you may be alone, but you're definitely not lonely. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We always yell into you all the time.
We've got the phone right here as our little intercom system.
Talk to Dakota.
Yes.
It's
when
like I was asking you.
Yeah.
I was asking you about the forecast for tonight, which I really, 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 really want to get out and try to enjoy some of the sunshine. And I know earlier you were saying I probably should do it sooner than later.
Yes, because there's going to be some rain showers developing this afternoon. Then it will change over to, you guessed it, some snow showers. 23 to 28 tonight. Rain and snow early becomes scattered snow showers late. I don't expect anything in the way of accumulation, but it is going to be windy, but the winds will settle down after midnight, Justin.
Yeah, so certainly time-wise, if I wanted to get out, how soon?
Do it right after show.
Right now?
Yes.
Before the rain comes?
Yes, in about 5 seconds when they roll the outro. Head right out of the studio and take a walk.
All right, I'm running. Thanks, Dakota. Have a good day. Bye-bye.